What's going on, traders? Welcome to my stream. In this video, pretty good day today. I had one mover that I was up 50%, and my strategy was pretty much wake up like any other Tuesday and pretty much go long, the one mover that I considered the best one out of the bunch. There were at least like three other ones that are like B setups or C setups, but the one that I did buy was pretty much an A setup. It had everything I really needed: a good chart, a decent float, low price, good price action, good volume, and pretty much I bought it. I mean, I should have bought it earlier at like 55 or 60 cents, but I bought it at around, I think I bought it at 70 cents. I sold it at a dollar oh seven. So I made a total of 50% profit. It took about 3 hours. The strategy here is pretty simple. You probably already know that, Monday I try not to trade before 9 o'clock because there's too much noise going on. And soon enough we had these oil stocks that pretty much gapped up and sold off. And we had one mover that kept going higher that squeezed everybody to hell. And on Tuesday is a different story. Pretty much you have to wake up around 7 and watch for that one stock or those two stocks that are worth buying. We actually had two low price stocks that pretty much gave really nice range. One of them that I did go long was ACXP, and I did it with B size around a 10K position. And I'll walk you through all my trades, how I did that. You can see my setup over here. But right about here, let me bring this closer so you can see me a little better. So you can see me a little better here. As you can see on my top left, right here, you have the stock that I did make a 80, 50% long on it. The stock was ACXP. This stock was pretty much came into my radar, and I looked at the chart first off. First off, you got to have all those criteria together. Like a chart which has, range, 40 cents, 50 cents, 60 cents, 80 cents, and a dollar 20. So to me, does this stock had range? So it had everything that I, really, number one is range, right? Number two is price action. You can see that we pop up over here and we sell off. And normally what I like to do is I like to wait for a stock to make a higher high. And in this situation, a higher high was right here at 54. But I was pretty skeptical. I mean, I'm pretty scared to buy like a $10,000 position, so quickly. Um, 10,000 bucks is a lot of money to buy these securities, to tell you the truth. But So I pretty much watched it as it broke 55. Let's watch the news because we have to read the news. So you can see so here. So the ticker was pretty much ACURX Pharmaceuticals. A lot announces publication results of its phase two. So phase two trial is very good news. Probably 5 out of 5 eggs, and you got phase two, and you got cancer. So these are very much important. So as you previously reported, 15 out of 16 patients in phase two experienced clinical cure of their, so their drug has, I don't know, like 100% cure rate. And so that's something really important. Phase two of their it didn't have cancer, it just had, a cure. So if it cures, so it has phase two, it has a cure. Let's look at the float because you can see ACXP, a float right here. It's pretty much 13 million. So the ideal area would pretty much to buy would have been 55. But I actually waited a bit. You can see the volume, it was kind of steady around around a million, and then pretty much I eventually did buy it around 70 cents. And pretty much what I wanted to do after I bought it, I wanted to hold most of the day and hold it until 9 a.m. That's really my strategy here. I want to hold it till 9 a.m. and then pretty much so you know what happens. So Monday you wake up in the morning, you have a lot of gap and craps. These tickers end up selling off a lot, and there's the one mover that we went long. So in this situation, I wanted to pretty much stay long as much as possible. The one mover that I thought is gonna blow up. There were other three tickers that did not work as well, that I did not try, and I didn't not recommend them, and I knew which one to pick. And I pretty much bought this ticker, uh, as as we broke the pre-market high of 70. You can see the steady breakout, and my plan was to hold it before 9, because on Tuesday, around 9 o'clock, that's when the bears take charge, and it's actually very bearish until about 10:30. So soon enough, I buy this puppy around 70 cents, and pretty much, I actually held most of the day. I looked at the daily and I was like, this has a really decent chart, has a decent news. I should be pretty much selling it around 8:30 to 9. So around 8:30 to 9, the price that I was looking at was right here. Right here is the only time we actually made a lower low. You can see a low, a high, a low, a high, and right here we made a lower low. Right about here, this is where we made a lower low. Right here, because we had a low, we had a high, a double top, and a lower low. So in this situation, when I saw this, I was like, I gotta sell on the bounce. So eventually, I sold it around 117, and good thing I did, because that ended up being the top, and this turned into a gap up short. That's kind of how it is. I mean, I think it's because of the float. We're currently in the summer, so we're gonna experience a lot less volume. It's very rare for a ticker that's 30 million to keep going continuously like we have seen in SBET. So you can see here that if I shorted this ticker, I would have been pretty happy to short this ticker. But I did not. I didn't think it's gonna be a great ticker to short. So pretty much I bought it. I should have bought it a little sooner over here, but I actually eventually chased it at 70, and I was like, I gotta hold it because it had all the criteria I wanted. A good float. It had a really good float, 30 million, a great chart, great news, great breakout, great price action, great volume. You got to see at the volume right here, we're around 1 million um per thousand shares. So that's pretty decent. And we actually, I could have gone as long as 55. I rode it all the way up to 110. This is the best opportunity that I've seen um, throughout the pre-market. So I show up on Tuesday and I look like, which pre-market stock is going to give me the bang for the buck, and this one was it. And sure enough, Picasa was another ticker we alerted in the chat room. This ticker just pretty much went, and we had some traders buying in the 50s. And like I said in my Discord room, I said, the 5 out of 5 news that you got to look for is phase 3 positive cancer, or maybe they had some, 500 million or 250 million in the news, or 700 million, or maybe $1 billion in their portfolio. Soon enough, we see Picasa pop up over here, and this thing pretty much ramped all the way to 70. We had some traders in the chat room. I think it was John. John pretty much, let's see, stop loss right here. So he actually made 20%. You can see stop loss at Picasa. He was out for 20%. He took Picasa long at 50. He was out at 60. So he made 20%. You can see, so right about here, John took Picasa long, 60, out at 60. We had a couple of other traders trade ACXP as well. You can see right about here. ACXP, you can see another trader took ACXP long at 91, sold at 108. So they're definitely taking profits from this ticker. So Picasso was another one. I didn't really feel this setup, but you can see that there was opportunity here. The only other ticker that you see on my top screen that I made profit was also Chero here. Chero is another ticker. I mean, let me remind you that all these tickers that I traded today, I traded with B size. B size is like 10,000 bucks. C size is like 3,000 bucks, and A size is like $30,000. So if I were gonna be looking today at what my A size would be looking at, there's one stock that I regret not shorting was SRM today. This ticker was very active yesterday, and I could have risked a really good short of the VWAP or the yesterday's close right about here. Right about here, risk short right here of yesterday's close because yesterday's close is SRM. It was 917. So if I risked off that and shorted around 9, I could have just covered, look at that, in the 650s. Ridiculous. So you're pretty much writing a stock down as a day two short. This was another example that I did miss that I regret not taking part of. I also traded Cero. Cero was a very much, it was very active. It was one of those low floats. You can see that every day we have something to trade. Cero, like the initial time I took it long was right here. Third time a charm. I took it long at 13.20 and I lost actually 40 cents because it went straight back down. But the second time I took it long was right when we reclaimed VWAP in this area. So I got stopped out like twice over here, and only like my second try, I actually went long at 13.20, right about here. So I got chopped out like multiple times over here. But as soon as we broke out of this 1280, we came back up here and I sold it right in the pre-market resistance. It was a 10-minute hold, I believe. And Sarah seems to be going much higher. So I did pick the right tickers today. I'm very happy picking these tickers. These were two astronomical tickers to make money in. 012 to 17, and the other ticker ACXP, just 70 cents or 55 cents up to 115, and Picasa, I mean, it was just 40 to 60. So there were three home run opportunity, not to mention SRM as a potential day two short. So there was at least four opportunities today to take advantage today. Like I recommend, sometimes you do have a massive winner like I did today because I ended up making a 50% win, buying it at 70 cents, selling it at 107 or 110. So that's technically a 40-cent winner on a 70-cent stock. So it's more like I don't know if I have to calculate it correctly. I think it's around a 55% gain. So those 55% wins are possible, but they're very difficult. But they're not so difficult for me since I'm such a experienced trader. So make sure you give this video a like. Three or four opportunities for today. Um, and um, and it was a pleasure trading these tickets. I'm very upset because I didn't trade SRM on the short side because that ended up being crashing just there. And ACXP, there's nothing really I could have done different. I did a perfect trade, maybe long it sooner. But and Cero, I pretty much re-longed it and got out. You can see my longs and my entry made $2 a share and actually hit 17. So that's about it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Like I said, I stream Monday through Friday for free on YouTube for about an hour. And then pretty much I go into my private Discord for the next remaining 3 hours until about 10:30 to 11. Then I wrap up the day and I start it off again tomorrow. That's about it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, if not week or year. Peace out.